we're going to do another advice thing. We've actually already done this one once, but we didn't check whether it was recording, even though the light was on, and for some reason it didn't record. So here we are. We're going to try to remember what we said and say it again, Sam. So,
Yeah, so here it is, not so like that.
so how do we know it's recording now? my
It's
dear?
recorded now. There's a dot.
There's a dot.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a dot before?
No, it's not. It's
Well,
not.
how did we talk for 20 minutes without a dot?
Yeah, I just forgot to click. So hi, good evening. Welcome to Foreigner in the Philippines, and here we are again, trying to pretend that we can give an advice, right?
Well, we're actually trying to present a reasonable look at whatever the problem is, and though we don't profess to know everything, we do profess, like most people, to have an opinion. And
Yeah.
hopefully it's a fairly balanced opinion. Beth goes much for the, let me see, what would you go much more on feeling and intuition, which is usually pretty good, and I'll try to give, I don't know, more on the analytical side. Perhaps that would be a way of describing it. So what we do is we take a letter that we've had sent to us, really, and we read that one out. Beth will read that, and then we'll give some input on it. And Beth and I don't always agree on things. Heaven forbid that everybody should think that we're in the paradise of a marriage, because we have to work at it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so
Beth.
here we are. Here is it. There's another sender. Again, if you got problems, you can send to us and we're gonna read it. And it's just not us that will give an advice, but at the same time, our intelligent and very cooperative and very genius subscriber.
Oh.
Thank you. So again, we got a letter, and she got a big problem. Because she's
Honey, darling, why don't you read the letter?
her headlines is My Sexy Body or Cigarette. Hi Terence, I am glad I found your channel because it's very fun channel. How you both presented is not boring at all. I am Filipina, 2 years in marriage, now with one little boy. Your videos makes me feel that I am in the Philippines. Like your other subscribers, I am also one to advice from Dr. Beth. No. And Terence laughing out loud.
So you get a doctorate, and I just get
Quack
just
doctor.
plain old me.
Quack doctor with no mind. My foreigner husband is very good man, generous. In fact, every month we're sending $500 to $1,000 to my family in the Philippines. I have siblings which also send it in college, but my problem is my husband is a hard smoker. He is 52 years old. I already tell him many times that he needs to stop smoking because it's not good for his health and he will die earlier. He will die early. But his answer is, I will die soon if I stop smokes because it's my energy. People believe that, but it's not true. He is hard-headed and just laugh on me. There is one night, okay? I love this one night. There is one night that we made love and we're already in the middle of the climax and he was attacked by coughing and we didn't finish it. And that time I told him, look, what happened to your lungs now? It's gone. You don't have lungs anymore. But what he did, he gave me his ATM card and said to me, withdraw money and send money to your family and stop criticizing my lungs. Because if my lungs is able to speak and he already shouted you and said, leave me alone, and he laughed. He's very good man, a loving father, and even I used our son and told him it's not good for our son's health. He just said, I smoke away. That's fine. There are other advices that my friends suggested. So I followed them, and one night again, I take a bath, wear my nice underwear and bra, and walking sexy in front of him. while he smoked in our balcony. And I told him, "You gonna choose my sexy body or cigarette?" And he answered, "Both, because the cigarette makes me energy to satisfy you." Terence and Beth, subscribers, what should I do so that Matt will stop smoking? Ate Vena. Bena. Yeah, so my advice first, darling.
Well,
I'm the one to advise.
Oh, you're going to go first,
Yeah.
are you?
So,
Oh, let's
my
change.
my advice to you, how to pronounce it? Bena? Yeah, my advice to you is quite difficult. Your problem is quite difficult because cigarette is the most difficult vices that that everybody wanted to escape. Because it's already in their system that cigarette is part of their life. And I understand your concern. You're just concerned to your husband. You did your best so that he will able to stop it, but it's not enough. So maybe you just let him show, just continue showing that you're concerned and you're worried for his health, and maybe one day he will wake up that it's not really good for his health and he needs to give up, because it's not just him that will be affected, because usually the second smoker, right, the one who inhale the second-hand smoker is the one that will be affected, because the nicotine is not really good, and just want to share you that cigarette is the most difficult to eliminate, the most difficult to eliminate. Yeah, the most difficult.
Give up. It's the most difficult to give up.
It's the most difficult to give up because my father was been a smoker also, even though he's been Christian already, but he tried his best, but his best is not enough. And then 2 years or 1 year before he died, that's the time that he clearly stopped smoking, because he was coughing. He was his back is already full of it's no good anymore, his lungs, so that's why it says to you, it's not difficult, because my father is suffering on that. He got candies, he got water right away. Once he want to smoke, he drink a lot of water. He got candies on his mouth to stop it, and it's not about that. It needs to be the person who is a smoker should have a discipline on himself and have a strong determination. So
He has to want to give it up.
yeah, he needs to give. He wanted to be in himself, that he needs to give up. And maybe you need to show up. Continue, just show up. Just do whatever you want to. Your strategy,
Well,
Or
she's
maybe,
hoping.
or I got an idea.
This is good.
Or maybe you remember on the cigarette packet. Remember, there's a cigarette packet. I don't know if there's also in America or wherever you are.
I don't think so, not yet.
Remember in the cigarette here in the Philippines, there are some picture of the hands that is already broken, some tooth or some tank that is already very broken, shown in the picture, and sometimes in the portion of your teeth, and sometimes here,
Can I just explain
Yeah.
what you mean by broken, in case people haven't got that?
Oh, okay.
In the Philippines, they've recently started to put horror photographs of what cigarettes can do, and they've got various photographs of people who've only got half of their tongue, got part of their mouth, got cancer of the mouth, got cancer of the hand, because as you hold that cigarette there, you're holding the cigarette there and the smoke is coming, and it's a cancerous thing. So what they actually have done is to put those photographs onto the packet. Whether it's helped or not, I don't know.
Yeah.
You have to actually reach a point where you want to give up, and it's the getting to the want to give up that is the crucial thing, obviously, because from all of the accounts that I've ever heard of people who smoked very heavily and then gave up, it was almost like one morning I got up and instead of having a cigarette, I thought, I'm not going to do this anymore. And usually it's just purely on that, rather than this clinical analytics way of looking at things and looking at it and saying, oh, you do what, and you do this, and you do that, and then it affects the lungs, and then you make an... Well, in that case, then I'm persuaded, and I'm simply not going to smoke anymore. It doesn't really work about that. Somehow you have to get just totally sick of the fact that you are killing your body.
Yeah.
Now, as Beth has said, the problem with smoking is that it is the most difficult drug to give up. It's a heavy drug. It's one which goes into the body. People can smoke as much as they like now, even if they have to go outside to do it, but they're not looked upon as being crazy. If you were to up and say, look, I got to go out and have a marijuana puff, you know, people will say, what? Well, depending on your company, right? And if you said, I got to shoot up, you know, I'm just getting my, I'm just breaking out a new syringe, it wouldn't be acceptable. But if you are in mixed company with children, with men, women, children, families and everything, and you say, I got to go out and have a puff, you can do that. And nobody's going to go, you're going to do what?
Yeah.
It doesn't happen.
Yeah, and there's another, there's maybe my suggestion, right? As what Terence says, that here in the Philippines, there's already picture, right? There's already picture of possible output, possible outcome.
The outcome.
Yeah, possible outcome if you didn't stop smoking, you know?
Yes.
You can print it out, right? You can print it out, all of that kind, the tongue, the mouth, the lips, the throat, the hand, the cancer of the hand, and the cancer of the leg. You know, I saw that in a cigarette packet.
And post them all.
Yeah,
post
and post
them,
it
them
in your
all
room.
Around,
you know,
all around the room.
All around the room, and then on the center.
What a joy that will be.
On the center, print the coffin, right?
Print the coffin.
Yeah, print the
Right.
coffin. And then every time your husband was there, he just laying down in the bed, he just realized that all will result, and it will lead him into coffin.
Right. Well, why don't? That's a good idea. And just you could have a tape. Get a special tape. As soon as he starts that, you show him the picture of the coffin and start going bam, bam, ba-dum, bam, ba-dum,
Every corner of your house, you know.
Right.
That's very brilliant of me to think that,
what
right?
a pleasure! What a pleasure there would be if
You
you
know?
were to do that.
Yeah, or you just continue, or you said that you've been walking around sexy, you know, just continue that, you know.
Or maybe you've gone. Maybe you haven't gone far enough. Maybe you should have taken off the bra and the panties. Who knows what it would be, which would grab his attention. Certainly, we can hope.
Yeah, but I think
that
you just continue showing him that you're concerned, and just pray and continue hoping that maybe he just wake up. You know that you need him, and your kids need him, and it's not really good for his health. You know, just continue. You know, what else should we can advise that, or else just leave him alone.
I think you should do the research and find out the facts. You know, there are many ways that you can go. You can go on to YouTube. If you typed in "giving up smoking" on YouTube, you probably would have 20 or 30,000 ways of doing it, and that would be the thing to do. You know, when I was working in a band, I don't smoke, but I was in a coach with other guys who smoked, and for a number of years I had to endure that, and boy, it became so that I got used to the smell of that when I was in the coach. But when I got home and I even went to open my trombone case, the stink of cigarettes was just appalling, and I would have to get rid of that very, very quickly. I'd always have to bathe, put clean clothes. You know, it wasn't easy. And if you can get him to see what it must be like for you, then maybe that will motivate him to consider you, even if he doesn't consider himself. If you can get him to consider, as you've been trying, if you can get him to consider what his responsibilities are as a husband and a father. Of course, it's total nonsense that a cigarette will give you energy.
Yeah, it's not. It's just his alibi.
That's just his rationalization.
Yeah.
The fact is that when you smoke, when you find yourself in need of a smoke, we have friends now who smoke. You can't actually reason with them, and these are intelligent, successful, accomplished people, and yet they can't see the logic or can't apply the logic to themselves in order to give up.
Yeah, and at the same time, there's a lot of benefits if your husband stops cigarettes.
Well, he won't stink for one thing.
Yeah, and then he's gonna be slim, physically fit, and then you could able to save also, right? Because that cigarette, that every month, if you compute that, it's already big amount, right? Yeah, and or else if he's if he cannot get into a good ways, do it in bad ways, right? Reverse strategy.
Reverse strategy.
Yeah, if you already try your best, you tempted him, you tell him that you're gonna choose my body, me, or your cigarette, and he says both, right? You're walking around sexy, you're walking around sexy, nothing, You already, if you follow my instruction to post all the picture and coffin, and he still didn't change it, do the reverse strategy. Buy cigarette double. You buy
double cigarettes.
You
Encourage
buy
him.
you buy cigarettes.
The reverse strategy would probably work.
You buy cigarette.
Shouldn't you be having a cigarette?
You buy cigarette for him, and you buy cigarette for you, right? And
For you?
Yeah.
She's got. Oh, Beth, give me a break. You're going to get her to start smoking?
Let me finish.
Are you crazy?
Let me
Are you
finish.
insane?
It's a reverse strategy, it's a reverse strategy. So you buy cigarette, then you're gonna say, come on darling, here, let the two of us, since you will let stop, then I'll do, so that if you die, I die, right?
Oh, it's going to be such a joy living in this house, isn't it?
So
do you think
who
you
knows?
know what's going to happen?
Who
That
knows?
child,
It's just a joke.
that
right?
child is going to divorce the both of you and get the
But
hell out of there.
don't make it serious, okay? It's just reverse strategy. So in other words, your husband will realize that, look, my wife now trying his best, and now he's gonna get crazy. I don't want her to be like me, that is addict on cigarettes. So maybe he just realized that I need to stop. I don't want my wife like this, right? So maybe it will go that way. But don't be a cigarette smoker just for the show. That your husband will realize that I need to stop. I don't want my wife to be like me, who is now addict on cigarette. Because we know that your husband knows the negative side of cigarette, but he cannot stop it. But if he saw that you're doing it, then he will realize that no, I need to stop. So who knows?
We're talking here in this case about a man who has stated that smoking a cigarette enables him to have the energy to satisfy his wife with sex.
But
now, can I finish a sentence? And do you really think that he has the analytical power to work out that he doesn't want his wife to smoke?
Yeah.
So he's going to give up?
Yeah, because who knows? Sometimes the love, because you love that person. Because sometimes we got a mindset. We got a mindset in ourselves that it's okay for me to be the one to suffer, but I don't want my loved ones to be suffer. There's a lot of...
They're already suffering because he smokes in their presence and they have a child.
Yeah, but maybe the mindset of the husband is they are not the second smoker, So in other words, for example, he just smoke in the balcony where the wife is in the room, so it's a little far, as what she stated. So because there are some strategy that reverse strategy. You can read that on the book of Elizabeth Martin. That I just made my own reverse strategy. Okay, and if you still but don't take it seriously, my opinion about buy cigarette, but maybe you can make a drama on that, right?
Oh, and actually, there's a good chance that it would. The first part of your reverse strategy would actually work. Is that you just keep encouraging him to have another cigarette? Isn't it about time you had your 51st cigarette? Buy him in the hundreds. Buy him huge cartons of cigarettes and encourage him. And every minute to let me tell you, at one point in my childhood, my mother started work at a biscuit factory, and or as they say in the Philippines, a biscuit. Right. She started where they made lovely biscuits, and when she first got there, she sneaked a biscuit and ate the biscuit, and she said to one of her, "What do they watch you in case you might start eating the biscuits?" And the woman said, "Actually, no. They encourage you to eat as many biscuits as you want. Just whenever you feel like a biscuit, just tuck in there." And the thing is, after about 3 days, my mother couldn't stand the sight of a biscuit because she'd eaten all that she could eat, and she got over the taste of biscuits.
Yeah.
And she never actually touched a biscuit again while she worked there. She
Yeah,
was allowed to bring broken biscuits home for us kids, but the biscuits, she was cured. So maybe encouraging him to have yet another cigarette might be a risky strategy, but maybe it'll work.
Yeah, just doing the reverse strategy. That's what I said.
Either that, or every time you see a pack of cigarettes, you throw it down the toilet.
Yeah.
And then do the Filipino thing of cigarettes. You can't find your cigarettes? Oh, honey.
Yeah.
Well, where could they be? Yes. No, I don't know. And just lie in your teeth and say, "No, I don't know where they are." And if he says, "Are you throwing my cigarettes?" You say, "What? Would I do a thing like that?"
Yeah, do a lot. And if it didn't work, give up, okay?
If it doesn't work, give up.
Give up. Let him be and let him die on his own. No, not his own, but let him die with his cigarette, okay?
Okay, Sadia, go on, die. See if I care.
Because, just accept the fact that he's like that, Just accept the fact that he's a smoker. You met him, he's a smoker. You married him, he's a smoker. Just accept the fact, That's my best advice. Accept the fact, and then, other people died in different ways. Other are died in accident. Other are died because they're sick. They have like that, and other died because of cigarettes. So maybe that's his destiny to die because of nicotine. So accept it.
Wow.
Easy solve. Accept
Right.
that he's a hard smoker.
Anyway, don't bring your bloody problems to us. Who do you think we are? Are we finished on this one?
Yeah.
This is a foreigner in the Philippines. Wisdom dished out in generous proportions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stick all.
Give up smoking. It's dead easy.
Yeah. Yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe. Again, thank you for your letter. And as I said, just accept the fact that he's a smoker, and don't problem it. There's a lot of problem in the world. Your problem is small.